Hello?
This guy. This is the first time you be chasing me around. You guys
No,
know.
I told you
Hey,
I told you that it's my birthday. I'm a changed man. I'm a changed man.
Wow.
I'm a changed man. Let's go. Let's go.
Wow. We're waiting for Olu. Damn.
Yeah.
You just chasing me up and down.
I'm a changed
This
man.
life. This life.
No, I'm a changed man. I told you new age. New age has brought a new understanding
Wow.
of punctuality. I need to be punctual. So
I don't blame you, Sha. I don't blame you. It's United I blame. They shall just spot. They shall spot your birthday for you.
they can't. They don't have it in them.
Oluwafana.
I do.
Alpha, my brother.
So I just the Yan Obinna. This is the first time since beginning of this week, since we started this podcast that Obinna chased me around. So let's go and record. Like I can't believe it. Like 6 o'clock was ready. I'm like, okay. I don't blame you, Sha. Even you said chasing me up and that. Like, let's record now.
Yes, now.
I don't blame you people because people won.
Yes.
People won. No wala. And your family.
Happy birthday, yo.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
They released you. Oh yeah, start.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to, in fact, this very wonderful episode of the Bias Football Takes show. My name is Obinna. I'm feeling very, very good for multiple reasons, which we know will become clear as the episode proceeds. Today we have a special guest, but before then, the other guy, go ahead.
It's not your fault now because you guys won. It's really not your fault. and for those who are not familiar with this podcast, since the beginning of this podcast, Oluwaseun Winsala has always been a producer. I go around to look for people to come in to talk, and Obinna too does that too sometimes. But this is the first time that Obinna will chase me around, say let us record. I'm always one chasing him around, and even when he's ready, he's always late. Family always want to hold him back.
No. Family can never hold me back. If anything, family propels me forward. But what has always happened historically. No, so I told Shemun this that. Oh, by the way, for those who are listening, today is my birthday. Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. But no, it's a new year. And when you get to a new year, you realize certain things. I'm giving people like tips now. When you get to a new age, you realize certain things. And so I have come to the realization that I need to be chasing Sean for the
okay.
So that's why I'm chasing him today. It's not because Arsenal won or anything. I mean, if that's the conclusion Sean is coming up with, who am I to say otherwise?
Anyways, my name is Oluwaseun Winsala. I'm happy to be here. Happy birthday, Obinna. Hopefully you keep to time and keep to your words. Keep to time and dates. Because of you, I miss taco nights with my friends. You know, right?
Oh
yes.
Oh, I feel bad.
So when we set date and time and you don't show up, my original plans are cancelled. Anyways, today we have another. It's 2-1.
A returning guest.
Yes. 2-1 today. Arsenal fan. Another Arsenal fan. Olufemi Adenaike. Welcome back.
Yeah. Thank for inviting me to the platform again.
Yeah.
To speak.
Come and gloat about your win.
So as always, we will begin the episode with a review of last week's games, and then there are some pressing issues still on going on outside of it concerns England, but there have been new developments in the Spanish FA situation with Luis Rubiales, and then I guess still in light. So I think most of what we'll talk about today will be focused on the rampant sexual harassment and sexual assault of women by people related or close to football. So we'll talk about the Spanish FA and Luis Rubiales. Then we will talk about Mason Greenwood and I guess the end of, or what seems to be the end for now of his saga. And then we'll there are new updates on the situation with Antony at Manchester United. And the claims or the reports of him assaulting his girlfriend. Then we also talk about Jadon Sancho and the more problems at Manchester United. It seems like that club is just struggling, honestly, if you ask me, in all aspects. We'll talk about Arsenal's win, and then we have a question from one of the members of the audience about Mo Salah. So without further ado, let's dive right into the episode. So quickly, the results from this past weekend. Friday was West Ham, Luton West Ham. Once again, Luton lost, West Ham 2-1. And then Everton Sheffield 2-2. Brentford Bournemouth 2-2. Burnley Tottenham 5-2 to Tottenham, or 2-5 I should say. Chelsea Nottingham 0-1. So Nottingham beat Chelsea. City Fulham 5-1. Manchester City Fulham 5-1. Brighton Newcastle 3-1. Those were Saturday's games. And then Sunday's games, Palace Wolves 3-2. Liverpool Villa 3-0. Arsenal United, the game of the weekend, the marquee game. Arsenal beat United 3-1. So boys, what game or games caught your attention? And then let's talk about them and because right now there's the international break, so players have time to relax, to I guess recuperate and whatnot as we prepare for the international game. So what games caught your attention, boys?
I didn't watch a lot of games. I was occupied with some other personal things.
You went out on Friday?
I know this guy. So if I go out on Friday, it's what I wake up in the morning. I
did too. I can't even lie.
Okay. Okay, let me just give you a window into my personal life. So I volunteer at this community place every first Saturday of each month, and it usually starts by 9:30 and ends like 1:30 for me. So sometimes, so when I do that, I miss a lot of games. But that aside, I was able to watch.
Wait, hold on. Can we touch on that really quickly? That's nice, man.
Thank you.
Do you plant flowers?
No. So it's a food pantry. So big grocery companies bring in like fresh produce, bring in snacks, bring in fruits, bring in clothing, tin can.
You guys sort
food.
them out.
So we sort them out, then share.
That's nice.
Yeah. It's been I won't say it's been fulfilling. It's been fulfilling, and
I agree. No, that's really good.
Yeah. So that's what occupied my time this Saturday. See, I went out on Friday. So Chelsea Nottingham Forest last season and Liverpool what's the name we gave them?
We're fighting for
Bono soup.
Oh
no,
like mid-table teams.
Mid-table teams. We give it like so many. Like I don't know what's going on with Chelsea right now. I mean, not like I don't know what's going on. I understand what is going on, but I just don't want to accept it. I guess like when you have like a lot of players coming in and you sell a lot of your players, you go through some of these things. So that's caught my attention. Then Elanga, my United friends know my opinion about Elanga, but he took that goal really, really well when I saw the highlights. And again, I won't use my guy. I won't use like, yeah. So that one caught my eye.
Can we dig deep into like Chelsea, Elanga as well? Because I feel like this season he's been, I feel like Elanga received a lot of stick from Man U fans, within the last 2 seasons, and since he's left Man U, pretty much this season, every time he's come on, he's looked like really, really lively. So take for example when he played against Arsenal when they brought him on, he assisted the goal for Awoni. and he looked really, really lively in that game as well. I'm not sure if he started the Chelsea game because I didn't watch the game
No, he
fully,
didn't
but I
start.
watched. Okay. And he took the goal really well. Like that goal was very good. It was a very good
Yeah,
goal.
it was a very
But
good goal.
it kind of seems like he fits into that Nottingham Forest team, or he fits into maybe like a lower level team instead of a team like Manchester United. But I think he's doing really good this season, though. Overall.
So usually, sorry to cut you short.
No, you
So
can go ahead.
I listen to some podcast. One of them is Ian Wright's podcast, and he gave me an insight into how players who are from big teams, big clubs, go their mindsets when they go into a smaller club. Respect, but especially smaller clubs, their mindset is different because for them to be able to come from that big club, it means that their level should be higher than the people in that club, and
True.
especially when they go on loan. So there's that arrogance, and especially when they go on loan, they stay in hotels. They don't have the opportunity. Not like they don't stay enough. They don't stay around enough to want to purchase a house. So they're like in a hotel. So they're like kind of separated from the other teammates. But for Langa's situation, I think so. Langa's situation is like a full buy. So I'm not really surprised that his level is kind of, I won't say higher, but it's like showing that he's a professional. He knows what he's supposed to do. It's like you going to MIT and going to community college. There's a difference. There's expectation. Yeah. So if anything, it should show that you are level above everyone there. So
did he play against Man U? Did he play against Man U?
Yeah, he came on.
Did he perform good?
I can't remember his performance then. Because I was I was pissed in that game, but I can't remember.
Yeah,
I can't remember his performance.
I didn't watch that game, so I don't know how he performed. But from the Arsenal game and the Chelsea game, I was like, wow, I think he's performing. He's stepping up his game. Because he received a lot. And I remember I would always bring Elanga up because I see like he has like frightening pace. Obviously like the finishing aspect of his game is not there yet. But I feel like since he's moved to Nottingham Forest, and it's 4 games at the end of the day. So it's very quick to judge. But from these 4 games, I'm very impressed by how he's playing though.
No, that's really good. I mean, I didn't watch the Nottingham Chelsea match honestly, so I can't really comment on that. How about any other games?
Sorry, so we're going to dig deep into Chelsea really quickly because I feel like it's very disappointing. Like from a team that has spent like a billion pounds, like whenever I see their formation, they still look very average to me. Like very extremely, like a very average team, after spending 1 billion. And I feel like what we're seeing right now is like a lot of inexperience from the ownership all the way down to the players, because they are just buying. It seems like they're like, take for example, this year they bought like 19 players, 19 or 20 players just this year. And we are not even at the end of the year. How do you buy 19 players in a couple months?
Is a struggling team. I had thought that, them getting Kaiser. I mean, I still feel like they'll be fine. Because Pochettino is a good enough coach. And these players are young, but for this season, it seems like they'll struggle again.
Personally speaking, I think Caicedo made a big mistake in his career, man.
No, I don't think so.
The reason why I say that is that Liverpool would have been a bigger threat,
I think so.
to the entire league if he joined them in comparison to like, if Caicedo joined Chelsea. I didn't even think that, Chelsea was going to be a threat, to be honest, like with Caicedo joining them. But if he joined Liverpool, I was thinking like, wow, like Liverpool, this has taken them to like competing for the league level. Like they are definitely in that conversation 100% if he joined. They are just right behind Man City if Caicedo joined. The reason why I say that is because he has played with McAllister. That's one. So there's already that partnership there already.
Yeah.
In comparison to like going to Chelsea where like you have to build all these relationships again.
Yeah.
And Caicedo is a club player. Like he's He's such a club player, man, in my opinion. Like,
Okay, so I agree with you halfway, but
uh-huh.
I don't think he made a career mistake, because in the long run, I feel
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea would step up. Reason being
Why?
that
Based off what?
wait now. Reason being that generally my experience with football, my experience with like transfers, there's no team that does bulk purchase that does well that season. It's facts. So,
Mm-hmm.
so what is happening to them right now is not out of the blues. It's not out of the ordinary. It's normal.
Mm-hmm.
It's very normal.
Intended.
Eventually, when they get it right, they have a lot of options. That's one thing that I always watch out for. Your bench wins you titles.
So,
And hold on. And for Caicedo, it is okay to say, okay, right now, yeah, Liverpool will do well with him. But look at Liverpool's bench and look at Chelsea's bench. And I'm also of this opinion. I said this like I think 2 episodes ago, that if I'm a DM, I'm definitely not going to Liverpool. I
why?
am not going to Liverpool
Why?
because it's extra work for me. I've said this many times. It's extra work for me as
What
a
do you mean
DM,
extra work?
because I have to cover a lot of people. I have to cover a lot of people's spaces. I have to
Uh-huh.
cover for Robertson. I have to cover for Trent.
But that's
But
exactly what Caicedo is.
yes, but at Chelsea, you don't do so much work like that as a DM. As you see, you're Yoruba boy
Is
now.
that fine?
Is that
You're
what?
Yoruba boy now. You're Yoruba boy now. It's Kekere Owola. Do you
Mm-hmm.
get?
Yeah.
That's what I feel. Eventually, I think time will tell. We'll see how far the what's it called, the purchase, the whole strategy is going to go. But I just feel like Chelsea eventually would step up.
Yeah, I mean, maybe in the longest term, I don't know how long that's going to take. But I'm looking at, I mean, obviously, Caicedo is a young player. He's what, 21 or 22? I don't remember. But I mean, you first have to start from short term first. And I feel like he would have been much, much better in a Liverpool, especially just because, like, him and McAllister were teammates. I think that was one of the main things, you know.
I
But
mean, it's to be honest, it's yet to be seen. Like I can see the reason, but Chelsea has just has better options.
okay.
Like, so I think I'm nothing that surprised. I'm not like it surprised me, but I can see a problem for them in the nearest future is Brighton and Newcastle. Because I don't
Yes,
understand what's happened to Newcastle. What's happening to Newcastle right now?
that
Because
was another big loss this weekend for them again. You know,
yeah,
3 losses now. Is it 3 losses
yeah,
back to back?
no. So they won.
The first game.
So they
Yeah.
played City first, right?
No, they played Aston Villa first. They beat them 5-1.
Oh, okay. Then they
So they've
lost to
lost 3 games back to back to back. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I think that's this weekend's results. There was a point I was watching the game and I just saw like a lack of effort from the Newcastle players, which was stunning to me. Because like the Newcastle that we watched last season, they were very like aggressive, running even all the way to like the 90th, you know. But there was a point in that Brighton game that it just felt like they all gave up and they just did not care so much. And with that being said, what I want to really say is that I feel like Eddie Howe will be the first manager this season, or one of the managers this season that will be sacked.
Be sacked.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I feel the same way too, because you cannot have that squad and be fortunate that way, because you saw the UCL draw, right?
The what draw? Oh yeah, UCL, they have a very tough group. Yeah, they have the toughest group. That's one, but also losing against Liverpool that had a 10-man team the whole game.
Yeah, that was horrible.
You know, you can see like there's a lack, especially in that game against Brighton. Like I said, I don't remember the exact time of the game, but I was watching and I was like, why are these guys not like as aggressive as they used to? But you can tell that there's like just that lack of, like, the morale is down. after losing to City, which was a close game, then that Liverpool loss, which was wow, like how do you lose that?
Yeah. I
And
feel like
then
sometimes,
and then Brighton, So
I mean,
it might just be a downward spiral from here.
I think they will be good. I think they'll be fine. It's just a matter of the manager being able to motivate them back to say, let's just go back to the original plan. Let's go to our basics. What made us good for the past 2 seasons? Because they didn't just become good last season. They started becoming good 2 seasons ago. So let's go back to what worked for us. Let's go back to the original plan and let's see what happens. I feel like Eddie is making some mistakes in his formation and his style and his strategy. So that's one of the things that he needs to work on, especially in the Champions League. Before the draws, I told people that Newcastle definitely are not making out of that group anywhere they are.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for them,
even last year you said that like Newcastle will be one of the guys that will shock you, like they'll drop.
Yes. So that's.
I still think that Eddie Howe will be fine. I think that they've had those are really tough fixtures that they've had though. Having Liverpool, City, Brighton, and even Aston Villa, their first game. That's a tough game, and they won. So
I don't think I will go. Sorry, go ahead.
No. So I think that again I think that sometimes we get so carried away with teams like City, Arsenal, certainly not United, that win or that expected to win all the time, and we now
excuse me. When did you start winning all the time?
Wait. Before we go into that conversation, I don't think is the fact that they lost that is the big issue. Their first 4 games have been tough games. I feel like is how they lost their last 2 games. Yeah. So especially that game against Liverpool.
Yeah.
Playing against a 10-man team that was 10 men from the 20-something minutes. Don't get twisted, they had a lot of chances to kill the game. And Liverpool it was a smash and grab for Liverpool at the end of the game. But then the Brighton game, you could see a lack of efforts at some points in the game. It's like they just gave up, man. Like they gave up.
Again, Newcastle do not do well against teams that hold the ball. I have that for a fact. They don't do well against teams that hold the ball. So just expect them to lose more games. They probably lose to Arsenal again.
But that was their strong point from last season, though. Their defense.
They lost to the teams that could pass the ball.
Yes. But their strong point they beat Brighton like 4-0 last season, though.
Yeah, but they lost to them the second game.
No, towards the end of the season, I don't remember the first game, but towards the end of the season, they beat them like 5-1 or 4-0. One of them, towards the end of last season. But
actually, they beat them home and away. So the first leg was 4-1, second leg was 2-1. So I guess. Anyways, let's move to another game. Which other game apart from Arsenal United? Which other game?
I think to me those were the 2 other games that were shocking.
Really quickly, I think I had mentioned that Tottenham will have a good season.
That Tottenham game
it's just the beginning. Burnley, anybody will beat Burnley now. Come on, guys.
But I don't think for Tottenham, right? After going through like Mourinho, dead football, like fossil football, then Conte, dead football, fossil football, to this guy. And this guy has a track record of like winning everywhere that he has been. Don't get twisted, they lost their Carabao Cup game or EFL Cup game. But like historically speaking, since he started his coaching career, he has won in every single place that he has played in, like from New Zealand to Australia to Japan to Celtic. He has always won. And I think I was watching an interview of one guy from Australia explaining who he is. And he was like, I think people will be stunned this season. Even me, I was like, I don't think anybody will be stunned on how Tottenham will perform this season, because I didn't think they had the players to even compete. But so far, so good. You hear Tottenham fans speak and they're like, wow, like we are playing great football. Like I think that's what they've craved since.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. What's Tottenham going to win this season?
I don't know, but there's no expectation for Tottenham this season because they're already out of the EFL Cup. Their only chance is the FA Cup right now.
Okay, so why are you asking me about Tottenham?
No. What I'm saying is that
if they can make
they might make top 4.
For them.
I feel like they might beat them. Yeah, they might be the surprise package this season.
They're not making top four. And I'm going to tell you the reasons why they're not making top four.
Why?
First things first. There's no reason why you should lose in EFL Cup as a top team. First
hold
round.
on. He used the squad players now. Come on.
What does that tell you? They don't have the bench. Number two.
Yes.
Number two is Tottenham. There's a culture divide. There's a culture gap. I'm telling you.
That's why I'm saying that this guy that's coming, the way he handles himself, the way he speaks during the press conferences, you see that this is a different guy.
It doesn't matter.
I know it's early.
He speaks is someone. I think this lady that anchors NBC Sports. Yeah, she's like, oh, she likes the guys falling in the press. You'll be funny in the press when you're winning. I'm telling you, you'll be funny. You cannot tell me this guy is better than all the three managers you mentioned. It's Tottenham. If you had gone to another club, I say yes, that's fine. But when it starts, you see, you will refer to what I'm saying right now. Like it's early days. You cannot change a culture overnight. It takes time.
I appreciate the heated. I love this. This is why.
I think wait. There's one last point I want to say is like Tottenham. They don't have any expectation this season, and I think that's where they will shock people. Because there's no expectation with Tottenham. Like nobody expects them to come top 4. Nobody expects to even come top 6.
So are you saying they will make top 4?
I'm saying that there's a good chance of them. Because they have one game a week, so that guy can really, really drill exactly what he wants to those guys. And like Man U, Chelsea, all these guys, right? You guys have way more fixtures. And there are way more problems going on in those clubs, like Newcastle, all this, and I think that would be the chance or the opportunity that Tottenham will see to just like capitalize and actually enter top. I'm not saying they would, but there's a chance.
Okay, so just say it with your chest, top 4 or not top 4.
I really don't know. To be honest, I don't know, to be honest. Maybe in November we can have this conversation again.
They beat Burnley 5-2. Burnley wants to play
like City. They beat Man U too, though.
United is not a good team right now.
No. I'm glad.
It's not a plus for you.
Let me say something.
If you beat United, it's not something to be proud of.
Hold on. That Brentford game, typically Tottenham will lose that game that they played away at Brentford, first game of the season. In Brentford, their stadium is rumbling. First game of the season, there's ginger and all that stuff. Typically, Tottenham will lose that game, but they drew. Second game, United historically beats Tottenham every game you guys play, man. If you don't beat them, it's a draw.
They beat us on Mourinho 6-1.
But I'm saying, if you look at the data, maybe in the last 20 games, you see that you guys have won probably like, between 10 to 15. I don't know exactly the data, but I'm pretty sure you guys have won at least 10 of those games. And Tottenham probably won like maybe 2.
Let me tell you another history that you just want to return to history buff. Was it last season that they beat City 1-0?
Yeah.
In the beginning, without
in the beginning. Okay. They gave their manager of the month.
Yeah. But they were playing dead football.
Wait now. The sack team after that award.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're playing. That's the difference.
Let's move on.
No, wait. Let me just say one last thing. I think that's the difference that I'm trying to point out. It's like Mourinho dead football, Conte dead football, Nuno dead football, and that's exactly what I'm trying to drive at. Like,
no problem.
Even when they were winning, their fans were still complaining that we're winning, but like the football is so dead, it's so bad, But with this guy. They've lost games. They've lost that one game, but the football is completely different. This is what Tottenham wants. Okay. This is what they wanted.
So good football, and also make top 4, right? That what you're saying?
Good football can also make top 4.
No, I'm asking like good football and top 4. Because what's the point of playing good football if you don't make top 4?
At least you see progress. No. For Tottenham fans, it's progress. And like I said, there's no expectations. So that's where I feel like they can just sneak in there without people realizing.
I'm asking you, will they make top 4? You're saying you don't know. So what's the point of having this
question? The league is so crowded now that even if you play well, you're not guaranteed top 4.
So what will asking you cool? If you're playing good football and you don't win anything, you don't make top 4, then
let's put it like this. I think Tottenham will be the surprise package this season. Based on what I've watched.
Are they going to make top 4? Yes or no?
I
Okay,
don't
let's
know.
move on.
I'll
Let's move
answer
on.
that question in November. In
November,
November.
November is late. That's late.
This is
Let's move
this
on.
is this is why I've been saying like we love the show because people bring their biases. But then let's move on to the main match of the weekend. How did you guys feel about
Let's do you want to hold on that and
which
let's do that at the end.
which other game do you want to touch on?
I think I'm done.
Oh, for the
Yeah, nothing
weekend.
surprising.
Nothing,
Yeah,
nothing else surprising. Okay, I see what you mean because we'll talk about Sancho.
yeah, it's an agenda. Yeah,
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, so
Yeah.
wow. The Spanish FA. Let me set the scene. I guess the Spanish FA came out, and now today actually they've apologized. The Spanish Football Federation has apologized for the enormous damage that Luis Rubiales and the whole fiasco has brought to the country. It's totally unacceptable. They say it's totally unacceptable, and he has been suspended. They describe the action totally unacceptable, and it has tarnished our national team, our football, and our society. So, what do you guys? I mean, I guess on this note, final thoughts on the whole situation and where the Spanish FA can go from here.
yeah. So they sacked
Oh yeah,
the what's
the
it
the
called?
women's coach Jorge Vilda,
Yes.
Vildash. Yeah.
So there's one part. So I was reading one particular thread on the guy's time with national team, and one of them that really struck me, and I feel like that's the reason why it's crazy that isn't happen because it wasn't just an isolated situation. It was a build up to that.
Hmm.
Apparently, when they go to the hotels, this guy tells them to leave their doors open, unlocked.
Ah,
Yeah,
so that what will happen?
I don't know. Like, doesn't like it's crazy. It's
No,
crazy.
I'm confused. So is it that if they now close their door, like maybe you bring a maintenance man to open it or what?
I don't know. I don't know.
No, like
It was,
that's a
it
very
was part
dumb
of
thing to
their.
tell adults to do.
Yep, it was part of the things those women
That's
complained.
crazy,
Those women, what's
man.
part of what those women complained, and like 15 of them left the national team. Like they're not playing it until there's a change, and it wasn't like so. That's why like these people like, it's a culture. It's like the whole culture is just around that guy. They just lie too much. So apparently those women went to have a secret meeting with the FA and to make complaints. And they were like, we need changes here and there. They had like a list of things that needs to change. And they were like, we need this done. But while you are trying to sort things out, we'll take a break. FA now, instead of FA addressing the issues, they went in the media to say, oh, the women are saying they've retired from football, they don't want to play anymore, yada yada yada. And until so something happened. And the women came back and said, how come you're lying like this? This is not what we agreed on. This is not the issue we spoke about. So instead of them resolving the issues, they went ahead to lie. The same thing happened with the kiss incidents. They went ahead to drop joint press release without the person that is aggrieved. So just is a whole situation, is a whole culture around it. And of course, when the person that is supposed to be the leader, that's supposed to bring down the hammer on certain situation, harassment and the likes, is going about kissing them. Of course, what do you expect? You
Yeah,
get what I'm saying? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Olu, thoughts on the situation? Hello, Olu. Oh, might have.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Now
we
we
can hear
can.
you.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I was saying like I haven't been like paying attention to like the situation like that. So I don't really know so much about it. So I can't really speak so much about it.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair.
sure.
And then, yeah, it's. I mean, it took a very long time, but at least we're
There's progress.
yeah, there's progress. I can't say we're happy, but we'll take the progress, even though more can and should be done to like
Yeah.
address the issue, not just in the Spanish Federation, but in the
Everywhere.
sport and in the
Mm-hmm.
world in general. And so moving, I
Oh,
guess.
hold on. Before you move on, so they got an acting president. So it's one that came out to make
Make the
that
statement.
statement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Uh, for those who listened, Mason Greenwood who have been following, I should say, Mason Greenwood last month, or was it last month, right? Was I guess uh, not acquitted, but he was cleared because of lack of evidence.
Mm-hmm.
And so United were now faced with the prospect of bringing him back into the team. It got leaked out by the Atlantic, or no, Athletic, sorry.
Athletic, yes.
Yeah, I keep mixing those two for some reasons. For
Mm.
some reason, Atlantic and Athletic. Atlantic is I think that's a US news agency, and
Yeah, that's a
Athletic is sport.
music
Yeah,
label.
yeah, yeah. But there's also the music label as well. See, all these people, they are confusing me, man.
And it's also an ocean. We are going that far.
but so it got released that they had all these plans to integrate him into the team, and then because he is a superstar in the making, and they feel that he's the next best thing since sliced bread. But then the news came out, and so now they try to distance themselves from him, and so they terminated his contract and let him go.
Wait,
They were now a bunch.
they terminated his contract?
I believe they did.
So we don't have enough information on the situation on the contract, because they did not release him. They loaned him out to Getafe.
Right. So I thought that the reason why. Okay. No. His contract ends in 2025. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because I did see that they loaned him out.
Yeah, I know he's on loan to Getafe, but I thought that it was actually it would make sense if he's on loan. Obviously, he's still under contract to United.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
But
United
he's
is
not
paying
going
part
to
of
play
his contract.
he's not expected to play for United again, and so I guess they want him to end his contract, and then he'll leave.
He'll go.
Yeah.
So they unveiled them today.
Yeah, and the I guess their GM or someone was saying that he's just like any other player. But I know a bunch of teams were looking at him, or I think there was Lazio, there was
Lazio. Yes.
Galatasaray, right? Or
Yes. Yeah, I think so. I think that's what it was there.
So what do you guys have to say, United fans, Shame especially?
I mean, I don't really have. I guess you should just take the opportunity as a second chance in life, because very, very few people get an opportunity, and I feel like he's been lucky, because even the fans are really excited about him. They came out to cheer him on during the unveiling, and I saw him. He has lost too much weight. Like he looked really innocent. Like, not in the sense of like he didn't commit the offense or not that one, but like you feel when you look at him like, who's this person that cannot drink, water drop cup. But say like crazy guy. Yeah, it's crazy. Like even apart from what happened, we've had a like a peep into his personal life when he went out during the England call-up with Foden. That's part of the madness and craziness that guy is all about.
Yeah,
but
they said that
hopefully,
he has bad attitude.
yes. I read an article about how he relates with his teammates, feels like he's better than them, and treats them like trash. But I hope he becomes a better person. That's my prayer for him. Like, he's a talent, and I feel bad that it did not work out at United. I feel bad, and I empathize with the victim, not victim, but with his wife, with the mother of his child.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think he's going to ever play for United again?
So I cannot say.
Can I answer? Let me answer that question. I
Yeah.
think that it is a United thing to have such players play for them.
Yeah,
And so no. I'm being serious. This is a serious conversation. And so I think that eventually they'll try and bring it back.
Oh, but you guys have pattern in your ranks. Anyways, I feel
about United.
I feel they are trying to make. I feel they're trying to play on people's
intelligence.
No intelligence. They're trying to play on how people can remember things. So if he starts banging in goals, they feel like, oh, if he does well in La Liga and it becomes like the toast of the town, they might want to like say, okay, he has done his time, he has beat his, he has, so they might want to bring him back. I won't be surprised if they do, and I also won't be surprised if they don't bring him back. But we'll see how it goes. 2 years is still very long.
I strongly feel that he's going to come back to United.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm surprised.
The reason why I say that is because, if United wanted this to be done, it will be done.
Easily.
It will be done.
Easily.
He won't be a United player anymore. You cancel the contract. Everybody moves on, and, everybody moves on pretty much. But since that has not happened, I feel like United is giving him a chance to redeem himself, pretty much.
So, speaking of that, let's go into another player of Jesus Christ on the same wing, Antony. So, there were reports that Antony had been involved in domestic violence with his ex. I'm not sure if it happened in England or in Brazil, but part of the things that I read, in fact, I read this today, was that when this incident happened, United medical staff had to attend to her, and they had to send her to Brazil for surgery for what happened.
Oh wow!
So yes, so it's becoming a serious situation because the Brazilian FA, they dropped him. They're like, oh, he needs to be dropped so that he can
figure out that situation.
Yes, and not be a distraction to the national team, which I feel is the right thing to do.
So
honestly, that's the fastest thing to do that you can put that
So let me
aside.
ask you another question, like follow-up question to that. Do you think Man U would do the same like the Brazilian FA?
So that's the thing. That's one of the conundrum. Like I'm scratching my head about. Like, there's no reason why they should not drop him. Just drop him real quick and not allow it boil over.
Mm-hmm.
If it's innocent, all well and good. If it's not innocent, you've stood, at a very good position. But if you now push that, if you push the whole situation further, then everybody will be like, yes, you guys are on the side of domestic violence perpetrators.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The best thing to do, and I said it during that Greenwood situation, as a CEO, if I'm a CEO, I'll tell him, Mr. Man, you're talented, you are very important to the club, but please step aside, go and sort out whatever legal situation you have, and whatever the result comes to, you can come back or not come back. It helps everybody. It takes away from the limelight, removes pressure from him, removes pressure from United, keeps United in a very good position in the eyes of everyone. Apparently, I'm hearing that United is consulting with domestic violence, what's it called, groups, domestic violence, what's that word? Home help groups.
NGO?
Yes, to know what the next step is. I'm like, it's a very straightforward situation. You've had this situation with Greenwood. Didn't you to learn and act right? It's a very straightforward situation. Because Brazil did not even waste time. Like, oh no, stay away from us. Just don't bring your problem to us. Just stay. So yeah, that's what the situation is right now.
Yeah,
Hopefully United does the right thing.
She details quite a bit. I mean, I think it's over the course of a year and multiple times, like when she wanted to leave him, he threatened to, beat her, threatened to kill her, threw glass at her that cut her hand to the bone. I was reading the article on, I believe it was Goal, and she laid out some very
gruesome,
grueling tales of how the guy used to treat her, how he used to point. There was one that, okay, it's not even funny, but he punched her and like silicone, like from. It's just very unfortunate, man.
Yeah, very unfortunate.
Yeah,
very unfortunate situation.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with this. I would say it's a new thing. It's always been that way. I think clubs, I think management, player management, family members, friends, they need to talk to these superstars. Like, relax. Like, it's not a do or that situation. If someone says no to you, both male and female,
means no. No means no.
No means no. Just move on, and there's plenty of fish in the sea. There's somebody that would would want to be with you. If she doesn't want to do, let her go. Like it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's again, it comes out to that problem that we're talking of, men needing to do better around women.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we wish the victims the very best, and we hope that like they get
Their justice.
justice, some measure of justice that and the support and help that they need. Okay, so now I guess let's dive into the question. Not even the question for the day. Sorry.
Sancho.
Yeah. So after the Manchester United game, Jadon Sancho did not play, and Eric Ten Hag was quite critical of certain players' training and preparations for the game, of which Jadon Sancho was one of the players. And so after that, after his statement or his interview, Sancho released a tweet or statement saying, don't believe everything that you read, and I will not tolerate lies being told against me, things of that nature, of how he will fight for the badge and he works so hard, yada, yada, yada. And so, again, this is not the first time that Ten Hag has, thrown a player under the bus. I mean, we all remember Ronaldo's situation, and essentially
Even
that
Maguire.
Yeah, I
and
think he's thrown a
Maguire.
bunch of players under the bus.
Yeah, and in fact, people joke, but it's serious of how that's what pushed. I mean, one of the reasons that led to Ronaldo moving to the Saudi league. But on a more serious and important note, what are your thoughts on a manager calling out his player like that in public? And also, I guess I want your feedback on the Arsenal Manchester United game.
So
Okay, so hold on, let me go first.
Let's
It's my
run
boy.
through
It's my team.
it.
So I feel like uh, I try to listen to a lot of ex-players. I try to see insights into how the dressing room works, how they've lived their past lives, both the superstars, the stars, and regular players, average players, even the worst players. And I kind of understand there's a particular angle all of them agree on is that when a manager plays the player, and the player is not performing, is not producing well, is not helping the team, but he keeps playing that player. And you now have people who are, I would say, eligible to play in that position, but they're not getting playing time. There's always that murmuring, like, what's going on here? Like, we're putting on our effort in training, I'm better than this guy, but this guy keeps playing and is not adding anything to the team. So I feel like that translates into this situation with Sancho. And I feel like, not like I feel like, I know Sancho has been very unfortunate.
So
Not the Nigerian unfortunate,
can I
but
ask you a question, Sheon? So do you
yeah.
think that there was like a bust up or he was just not training right?
I'm coming. So I'll get to that training part. I feel
Yeah.
like Sancho has been unfortunate, not the Nigerian unfortunate, but like unfortunate circumstances. When he was brought into the club, he was playing on the right hand side in
Mm-hmm.
Dortmund, and they brought him in to play on the left hand side.
Mm-hmm.
He's a professional. He has applied himself, but you can clearly see that he struggles. Not like he struggles that much, but you can clearly see that this is not where he wants to play. But he plays there regardless. Unfortunately for him, again, we have a lot of players who want to play on the left hand side, but we don't have enough on the right hand side. Why not just shift him there and let him cook on the right hand side? But they didn't do that. Any manager comes in and brings in a player that he's familiar with, which I don't really have any problem with. I don't have any issue with that. Whatever makes you tick, whatever you think is going to make the team better and win games, go ahead and do that. But you cannot now bring in a player who is not providing the right width up front, the right passes up front, the right crosses up front, and now bench a player who, not even one player, players. We have like two other players that can play on that position, and you never allow those players play there. But you keep playing this same guy who does the same trick every now and then. And let me put a caveat on this. I am a believer of Antony. and I've made excuses for him because of I know what he brings to the team. But you cannot keep playing that style and not switch it up sometimes once in a while. Let's Sancho play on that position or in that position, and let's see how that would pan out. So back to your question, if he trains well or not. I cannot say much about that because I don't know what the training is like, and I don't want to believe he's not applying himself in training because I know a lot of players that in United are not applying themselves in training. So he's not the only one that is not training properly. So I don't think I'm listening.
Oh no, go ahead.
Yeah, so I don't think that should be a reason why it should be dropped totally because some of these ex-players say that when you don't train properly, the worst that can happen to you is being put on the bench.
Yeah.
But not being in that match day squad at all, then there's something more that we don't see, that we don't know about.
Okay. So you believe it's more of a bust up than a training problem?
Yes, I feel like there's more to what is being reported.
Okay. And I agree. I don't think because my question is like, is Ten Hag saying that a player like Evans that is 36 training better than
Sancho?
That doesn't make sense to me. Like if you think
Even
about
Martial,
it, that makes no sense, huh?
Even Martial.
Yeah. Like they are like even Maguire might train better than him because he's just professional like that. But Evans, particularly, he's 36. He's almost at retirement age. You know. It's true.
Facts.
If Evans trains better than Sancho, then Sancho should not be in Man U at all. Like he should never be in Man U, man. He should be playing for lower league. You know, because he's 36. Sancho is what, 22, 21?
Yeah.
You know. Like there's like what 14-year gap, and like this guy is way younger, way fresher. He should be hungrier, you know. So yeah, man, I definitely think it's a bust up issue. Like they actually, so like what you said, Sancho is watching those guys. Like take for example when Garnacho was starting, or Antony, take for example, or even Rashford, you know, and he's watching them and saying like, man, these guys are not even like playing that great. And me in preseason, I played great. Like scored against Arsenal, I was showing good signs. And from what I've heard from Man U fans this season, like Sancho has looked like the liveliest forward player whenever he's played for you guys. So it's like that makes no sense, man. Like if you are seeing that, go ahead.
I'm listening. So thank you for even talking about preseason. Part of my issues with that preseason was I felt like it was a waste of time for everybody, all involved, because you played a player that is not a 9 as a false 9, right? But you have a young striker with, I've forgotten the boy's name, from academy. Why don't you play that boy there and let Sancho be on the right hand side? Let him get used to that right hand side, or even if was come to was play him on the left hand side, but you play him as false 9.
False 9, yeah. That false 9 itself, you can even play him.
Yes, no problem. Okay, season starts, then you now ban him completely. Like you don't ban him completely and not even put him in at all. You bring him like 10 minutes to the end of the game. Like, what's that? Who does that? Like, come on now. And this Antony situation was the same thing that I felt like Ronaldo was looking at, because the excuse was like Ronaldo did not play preseason, but Antony did not play preseason with us too. He did not play preseason.
He didn't play preseason.
He didn't play preseason with us. He played preseason with Ajax, and he stopped.
Wait, Antony played that game against Arsenal now?
No, I'm saying like last season.
Oh yeah.
So I'm saying like that's what Ronaldo was looking at.
Yeah.
Like, you're accusing me of not playing preseason, but you're playing this guy who has not played preseason, which I understand because he's younger.
Yeah.
But that shouldn't be an excuse.
To not even. Yeah.
Well, I like that the team is struggling, so I'm enjoying this conversation.
Yeah, you guys go ahead and gloat about Arsenal's win.
So
the floor is yours.
Yeah.
The floor is yours.
Yeah.
What did you enjoy about that game?
I enjoyed everything, man. So I actually went to go watch the game at an Arsenal bar in Austin, yeah. And to be honest, man, going into that, I'm always confident of playing against Man U in Emirates, because, you know, especially in recent times, I think the last time you guys beat us in Emirates was like 2017. So that's a lot of years. And in recent times, in Emirates, we always beat you. It's not even a draw. Like, it's always winning. We always win, you guys. So just going into that game, I was quite confident. Then you hear Partey gets injured. First of all, it's three months. Then now it reduced to 6 weeks. That's another like almost like this is like scary, man. Then the game starts. Kai Havertz does what Kai Havertz does. And I'm like, wow, he missed that. To me, that was a great opportunity to just like announce yourself and build that confidence. He controlled the ball. I don't understand how he missed that chance, to be honest, man. Because he controlled that ball and then he missed it. Like I was very stunned to see that he missed that ball, man. If he didn't control the ball, it's understandable, but he controlled the ball. I just felt like he rushed the shots. But anyways, then he commits a mistake by passing that loose ball to what's his name? Eriksen. Eriksen does his thing, does the true pass, and Rashford. Rashford didn't play like great, but the moments he had the ball against White, I think he had the White's number. I think like White was really, really cautious of playing against Rashford. Like I didn't understand. White usually is not like that against a lot of forward players, but I think Rashford just is the toughest player that White, at least from the last 2 games I've watched, like Rashford has always gotten or taken advantage of what's his name on White, and he did that in that first goal again. Rashford scored, then immediately within less than a minute we scored back, and I was like, oh wow, let's go. We missed a couple chances. Like Saka missed his chance, Martinelli, obviously Kai Havertz one, we talked about it. In general, I don't think Kai Havertz had a great game at all. Like I've been supporting Kai Havertz. I'm still going to support him, because he's a player of us now. Even if you are good or bad, I'll support you because I don't want you to get on the pitch and cause us goals like he did. I'll still support him, but I feel like Kai Havertz right now, he's struggling from that lack of form from Chelsea or lack of confidence. And he needs to forget Chelsea, man. He needs to. He needs to forget Chelsea and focus on the future because
So I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
So do you think Havertz was a good buy?
Only time will tell. Right now, he's not looking like it, but we forget that this is a new role. We forget
let's say from what you've seen to date, from preseason till date, what do you think?
I'll give him a 5 over 10.
Okay.
I'll give him 5 over 10. 4 or 5 over 10, like 4 or 5. But I feel like only time will tell. Because take for example, you see like a Greenwood.
This one you are saying the truth. Are you dying tomorrow, or is God coming tomorrow? Jesus Christ coming back tomorrow?
Because I told you I've been supporting him, man. I've been backing him, but the last 2 games, I've been very disappointed in his performances, man. Like I'm not gonna lie.
Let me make a very quick comment. So when Havertz was signed, everybody in footballing world knew that it's not the player Arsenal needs or needed. So both needed and needs. And a few pundits were like, oh, he's a young player. Ateta is going to change him. Might be able to unlock him. I'm seeing him. I'm like, are you guys really serious right now? Do you know how difficult it is to unlock a player? Especially when you're in that position. His position is playing now. It's one of the most difficult in the field because make a decision real quick on how you want to spread the ball, go wide, go back, go forward, and also run into spaces. Unfortunately for him, the passes don't go through him. The passes go through Odegaard, and they are very similar players. So they're supposed to give out almost similar outputs.
And that's why
Odegaard right now has settled really well in the team. So it's going to be very difficult for him to like change. And I feel like it's very unfortunate for him because he's not a player Arsenal needs, and he's not a player Arsenal needed. But I guess we have to first.
I think time will tell. I think for a player like Havertz, you cannot. I mean, now you have to judge him by this season, but in reality, you need to give him at least 2 seasons to make a final judgment on him. Because wait, now it's a long time, I know, but you use an example like take for example, Grealish, right? When Grealish joined Man City, his first season, he didn't really play. He wasn't that good, when he came. He didn't really, from a player that was like, wow, what's this player, to like coming to Man City, and they had to slowly integrate him to the team. Even Calvin Phillips, another example.
That one is done.
Wait, these kind of players it's because of the system. The system they played before and now are completely different. So that's why I say you need to give him time. But my problem with Arteta is that...
Wait. Before you go to that problem with Arteta, hold on.
Yeah.
Thank God you mentioned Grealish. Do you know that Grealish had a good past?
He had a good past. Kai Havertz had a good past at Bayern, Leverkusen.
Relax now, I'm coming. But Kai Havertz has not had a good past in EPL.
Let me ask you a question. Since Kai Havertz entered Chelsea, how many attackers have had a good season? Every single one of them have flopped. Every single attacker.
No, come on now.
Tell me one. Just tell me one.
Antony, you have Antony.
In Chelsea. Since he's come to the Premier League, since he's joined Chelsea, every single attacker that Chelsea has signed.
Okay. So I'll give you that. I agree with you on that.
Yeah,
reason being that's
why I said like Kai Havertz has to forget, like how Pulisic is forgetting Chelsea in AC Milan now.
Yes,
he has to forget this time or when
you made mention of him forgetting.
He literally
Chelsea.
has to forget like, I played in Chelsea, man, because his career in Chelsea was kind of terrible, to be honest, apart from the Champions League goal. But again, terrible. My problem with Arteta is that like he's forcing it. He's forcing it, man. He's forcing it.
So, hold on. So who is supposed to play in that position? If
like slowly integrate him. You can either play Jorginho and like take that game, Jorginho and Declan Rice, or even Vieira.
Okay.
Even Vieira. Vieira has been like, he's had like 2 assists in the last 2 games. He's been showing form. Plus Vieira has been there at least 1 season full, so he has learned that position now. Yes. The same thing that we're complaining about Kai Havertz. The same thing we're complaining about Vieira. He wasn't doing enough last season, man.
Yeah,
but now you see the difference. He's had preseason, he's learned the role very well, and now he's getting better at it. And that's my problem with Arteta. He needs to give this guy time, man. You can't be forcing someone that is... You can see he's clearly lacking confidence. Like, it's clear. Like, whenever he gets the ball, he passes it immediately. He wants to leave the ball. And just what he does best in Arsenal now is that he's just running a lot. He's tracking down, he's doing that part a lot. So the effort is there. But you can see when he gets the ball, that lack of confidence. I saw it, the part that I saw it the most was in the last game against Fulham. There was a time they passed the ball to him, and all he had to do was just turn around and move. This guy passed the ball back to the person that passed the ball to him. Huh?
I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw that one.
At that point, I was like, wow, okay, now I understand. This guy is actually, there's a lack of confidence that is just happening with him. And that ball that he missed in the first half, it shows it, man. Like, there's no professional world-class player.
So what's the way forward? The way forward
to me is that I think Arteta will still push and play him, but the way forward for me is that they need to slowly integrate him into Arsenal. You can't be starting him every game. Bring him from the bench. Well, how much did Man City buy Grealish for? 100 million?
No. Don't compare yourself to Man City. Forget about
that's what I'm saying. We have the players that can replace Kai Havertz. He doesn't have to start every game. Kai Havertz doesn't have to start every single game. He can come off the bench and make, and when you're coming off the bench, you're more gingered. You can be more gingered. I'm not saying in every case, but like Vieira now, how you can see that, he's more ginger to like play, and
hold on. Let me ask you a question. Do you remember when City got Sterling?
Yeah.
Do you know how many games they missed when they got him?
Yeah.
Do you know he didn't miss a lot of games?
Mm-hmm.
But they kept playing him.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the price. Because of the price tag.
Oh, so no. I don't feel like the price tag is the issue with Kai Havertz. I don't. Like, he can be benched.
If you buy a player expensive, as a manager, which I've seen that happen a lot of times, managers, they want to justify that by.
So why isn't Arteta justifying Nicolas Pepe by? He's not even in our match squad.
Wait, was it not about Nicolas Pepe?
No, he didn't buy him, but he's our second.
Exactly.
No, but still,
different. It's different. I said when a manager buys a player, not when he rents a player.
Okay.
There's a difference. There's a difference.
But I think the way forward, because you asked me that question, I think the way forward is to slowly integrate him. I think Arteta will try to play more games, start him. If it's not working, he might change it. But you can't keep on allowing this guy get in that rut, man. You need to give him a break, man. Let him learn the role well. Like, it's not a role that he has typically played. He needs to learn that role, like, very well. And then we slowly like, I believe that he can perform for us, man. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I'm rooting for Kai Havertz to perform. Like I said, I root for all my players, but we need to slowly integrate him. But anyways, going back to the game, second half we had chances, we missed chances, and then in the 80, I felt the referee was kind of terrible. I still think that Kai Havertz penalty was a penalty, in my opinion. I know people don't believe, but other people are like, nah. But I still think it was a penalty. But I'm okay.
It was Casemiro that fouled.
Yeah,
not one.
I think it was a penalty though. Like, even me, I was shocked that because I saw like the legs hit. We can use examples. But we don't need to go into those examples.
Wait. I agree with that Casemiro foul.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Havertz, he showed Wan-Bissaka's foul. So that's what happened. Because when the angle they showed was Wan-Bissaka's foul. Was Wan-Bissaka's leg. So that's the angle they kept showing. And I felt like they're going to call the penalty because of that angle. But I guess we were lucky not to get that.
Yeah.
So it was a penalty. Was the foul on Ireland?
So I don't think that was a penalty, but
what?
Wait. I'll finish both of them. People have sent me the videos. Let me finish. Okay, I don't think that was a penalty. Wait. I like that. Wait, I didn't think it was a penalty. However, I'm willing to let that go because they didn't call the first one a penalty. And if they called that one a penalty, I would have been so mad.
Which one?
The highlight one. If they actually said that was a penalty, I would have been like, wow.
Let's forget if they called it or not. To you,
I didn't think again, let me explain why I didn't think it was a penalty. Because Gabriel used his body, but once this guy saw that Saliba was very close to it, that's when he started falling, man. You could see if you watch the video again, you'll see it.
So let me ask you a question. If it was in the midfield, would have been a foul?
Same thing as the Kai Havertz one.
No, see, I don't like.
Let me actually say something. Let me say something.
Hold on. I don't like when I ask a question about a particular. Wait now, hold on. I don't like when I ask a question about a particular incident and you not bring another incident. No, in isolation, in that incident, you're a referee. You're looking at that. Is that a foul in the midfield or not?
So not every the other point I wanted to mention is that not every foul that is a foul in the regular field would be a foul in the box 18. We can all agree to that, Abi.
Okay, hold on to that.
So if it was in the regular field, then yes, he would have been a foul. There's a chance. There's a chance.
Hold on to that thought. Remember that foul on Eriksen by Odegaard last season?
Yeah.
Was that a foul or not?
When I first saw it, I was like, no foul. But once the VAR started showing, I was like, I see why they removed it.
Okay. So if it was in the box 18, would have been a penalty?
If that one was in the box 18, there's a chance that they won't have called it. There's a chance. These Premier League referees, they are like crazy, man. They're actually crazy. Sometimes they can call it, sometimes they cannot call. Same thing as Rashford. I didn't think that his foul was a penalty, but they called it. Onana, clear penalty with that punch that he gave that guy. First game of the season. But they didn't call it. So,
but you know what's funny about that situation? I don't know if you listen to our past podcast. I've explained that there were two incidents before that game, exactly the same thing. The keeper went boom on the player, and I felt like play on.
Yeah,
and it was even far away from the
player.
What was it? That small yard in front of the post.
Yeah.
6-yard box.
Yeah.
The keeper wasn't there. The guy was away from that 6-yard box, so close to the edge of 18-yard.
Yeah.
And I feel like play on.
But there was also an incident like that just this week that in the Premier League or in the Carabao Cup, and they called that as a penalty.
But that's Carabao Cup now.
So my main point is that it's the Premier League, man. These referees are crazy, But anyways, I thought the Kai Havertz one was the other one. if they had called it as a penalty, I would have lost my mind, man. To today, I'll be like, there's something going on. I thought that foul that Saka gave Fernandez was pretty dangerous, in my opinion. I haven't seen it a lot, but when it happened, I was like, man, there's a chance that they can just give this guy a red card like that too. But
That's that boy.
yeah,
It can't.
but I also thought that kick that Lindelof gave Nketiah on his head was a red card offense, because to me, he was last man and he kicked his head. He literally kicked his head and he was the last man. So I see like a lot of cancellations, a lot of things cancel themselves out by the referee decisions. Poor decisions by referee, whatever, but they kind of canceled each other out. The offside, 88 minutes, clear offside, man. Gabriel killed it there. Gabriel was very smart in that. I think I see people saying, no offside. I'm like, even while it was going on, I could see it was offside, man.
Yeah.
It was very tight, in my opinion. It was
let's
very
ask
tight.
Sheon. Sheon is always Mr. Arsenal fans are never honest. Sheon, was that an offside?
I mean, if VAR said it was offside, what do I want to do?
No. What do you think? What do you think?
I mean, VAR said offside now. It was by margins. Like, it was by margins. Naked eye, you cannot. So that kind of situation, right? Naked eye cannot be enough because it was by margins. If it was a clear offside, then it's different. It's by margins. What do I want to say now? I can't say anything about that. It's by margins. Like, it's what it is. Like,
and to be honest, man, when Garnacho's goal went in, everywhere was silence, man. I literally, in my mind, what I was thinking was like, smash and grab. Because to be honest, let's be real. First half, you guys had most of the possession. It was like 55-45. But if I can bet anything, that the person that had the most passes for you guys this whole game was Onana. So most of your passes were literally around your defense, just going from left to right, your defense, from left to right, your defense. There wasn't any.
I think I heard someone say that United didn't enter Arsenal's half until like the 26th minute.
Yeah, because they were mostly passing at the back, like just holding the ball.
I mean, it was both of us though. We only had one shot on target in the first half, both of us. So
yeah, because you guys defended really good. I'll give you guys that one. Like, I think Bissaka had Martinelli, and Dalot played pretty good against Saka.
I guess that game, I honestly felt like Martinelli was going to kick out because there was nothing Martinelli could do.
Yeah.
There's nothing he could do.
Yeah.
Bissaka was like, nope, not today.
Bissaka had Martinelli.
Then Dalot really impressed me because I feel like if you play another position as a fullback, maybe they take you to the left or to the right, you kind of compensate for that lack of like not having the right foot. So I think that was the situation with Dalot with Saka because I think that's the best game I've seen him play in a long time. Like his positioning was right, his tackles were timely. It was economical with the ball, and he knew he just made the right decisions at every point in time.
Yeah. So those are your two left back and right back. They tried. Although Martinelli and Saka had 1-1 assist each in that game. I
mean, what do you expect?
I'm just pointing that out.
So the thing is, critically right. For me, let me say my mind about the game. Going into the game, I texted you that you guys are going to win because
but it might have been sarcastic.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. This is the first time.
I'm not sure.
No. This is the first time in a very long time that I felt like, win or lose, I will not feel anything about Arsenal's game because Arsenal's game is one of those games I always want to win. But this is the first time I'll be like, I don't see winning. I don't see us winning.
No, you can't tell me that, Sheon. You cannot tell me that.
I'm telling you my fact. I'm telling you my truth.
Nah.
Let me finish now. Let me finish.
Even if you still believe that you guys can win.
Let me finish.
Yeah, okay.
We don't have the players. We don't have the morale. And the manager is, I don't know what's going on with him. So, and it was not in Emirates. It was at Old Trafford. I was like, was draw. But as the game proceeded, I was like, this game draw because we could not enter Arsenal's box 18. We're just playing side. Then against run of play, that goal came as a surprise to me. I wasn't expecting the goal at all.
Which on the Rashford goal?
Yes, it came as a surprise. I was like, whoa, okay, because Rashford couldn't get the ball. They were not passing the ball to Rashford. They were
Yeah,
passing the ball to Antony. And if we had passed the ball to Rashford more, we probably would have had joy because Rashford kind of like had that left hand side on lockdown. So that's
yeah,
why I understand how a player feels when you're playing and you don't get the ball every time. So when you get
yeah.
the ball, you're either
You
not
have
ready
to.
for the ball or you have to overcompensate to like, oh,
Yeah,
I don't know when I'm going to get the ball again. Let me do
yeah.
something
And
spectacular.
and you saw it in one of his shots. I
Yes,
think his
yes,
second shot. There was one shot
yes,
he really rushed
yes.
and shot it
Because
high.
yeah, so he didn't have enough of the ball. So like, oh, let me just use it. And I feel like that's how superstars are. They don't need to get a lot of the ball. When they get the ball, boom, they just out you.
Mm-hmm.
But that aside, so as the game went on, when you guys equalized, I was like, yeah, Arsenal's gonna beat us. Then when I made all those substitutions, I was like, yeah, we're definitely gonna lose this game. And I wasn't surprised it came out that way. And I mean, respect to you guys. You guys did what you had to do. You won as you know, as
Yeah,
you
but
wished. But
there was one more part that we need to talk about because we talked about Saka and those other guys. Saka, Dalo, Bisaka, Martinelli. Of course, Martinelli and Saka didn't have a wonderful game. They had one assist. Bisaka and Dalo, I think they had a great game. They did really good, But I also think I'll start with Odegaard. I think he had a good game as well. So Odegaard in comparison to like Bruno, I don't think Bruno had a great game at all. Like I think probably he was one of your bad players for that game.
Bruno.
Yeah,
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 no,
Bruno.
I mean, I think a lot of United fans will admit that their team didn't do well. That if they're
Yeah.
sincere,
yeah.
um,
No, I mean, I
yeah.
don't think any fan would be like, oh, United, nah. So
No,
in
but
that
the
game,
only thing is, I think let's just round up quickly. What I would say is, again, Ten Hag he strikes me as someone who I don't know whether he tries to overcompensate because he started making claims of how you guys should have won,
he's
and
your guy now. He's not your guy.
no, 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 no. I mean, that's your coach. So,
He's your
but so
guy.
anyway, I think most people agree that Arsenal should have won that game. The boys they played well, and I'm happy. I'm really happy for Declan Rice. I think that he when Arsenal bought him, a lot of people felt that was a really hefty price. But given the market and honestly what he will bring to the team, especially
Mm-hmm.
since Partey gets injured a lot, plus the leadership and mentality that he has, I think it
Mm-hmm.
was a very good deal that Arsenal got him for that price.
What? It was a good deal. United got him for that price. 100 million. He must be a joker.
In
He
this
must be.
market,
He must
when
be a great
Caicedo
joker.
and Enzo Fernandez are going for 100 million too,
He must be a
or more than
joker.
him.
Anyways, I feel like in that game, the person that impressed me the most, which we lost, but the impressed me the most was Ericsson. Because Ericsson was the one getting out the ball. Fernandez did not get the ball a lot of
Wait,
times.
in the
So
whole game, like both teams or just Man U?
no, for United.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because Declan Rice definitely balled in that game,
Mm.
like Obinna was
So
saying.
let's briefly touch on every episode we try to answer questions from our fans. Shout out to all our fans out there. We're getting feedback that they've been enjoying our podcast. One of the questions that we'll pick is, should Salah go to Saudi Arabia? What do you think?
I mean, if I'm him and if I'm Liverpool, this is the only time they'll get that kind of money for him. I don't think they'll get that kind of money for him next season. I think this is his maximum value that you can
get.
get from him right now. And for him, of course, if he wants to still play in Liverpool, it would be nice to like achieve. But he's achieved everything in Liverpool, to be honest, like literally everything. Community Shield, FA Cup, Carling, Champions League, Premier League. So he's won everything, And at that point, man, go make your money, man. I won't stop him from making his money.
I feel like you should sell him too. Because I know someone asked me about Rashford because I remember some teams came for Rashford. I was like, just sell him. Just let him go. Because you cannot make that kind of money
Money
again.
back,
Yeah. So I guess, and for me, for my selfish reasons, if Salah leaves, that's the end of Liverpool for
Yeah,
a while.
that too. That too.
Because he's the only creative player. The way he's
Yeah.
playing, the way he's bringing everybody into the game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they will have. I don't think they will have any opportunity with or any other player that will play that way. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think so. I don't think so. But yeah. Anyways, it seems like we would end on this note. There's no international. There's no
EPL football.
there's no club games. This coming at 2 weeks. Ah man, what have I been doing for 2 weeks?
Yeah.
But yeah, we would. We're supposed to
We'll manage.
normally we predict games for EPL, but since it's international break,
Right, right.
we would just take
Take a
time
break.
off.
Take
Hopefully
the international break.
Obinna will have time to go and spend with his family and come refreshed.
No,
Hopefully
no.
we'll keep the time.
No, so I really enjoyed you guys going back and forth at it, especially on the United game. I know that Sheon was hurt, and I'm glad that Olu. Me, I wanted to sit this one out because I'm usually the one, dishing out the L's to Sheon. But so I'm glad someone else took charge of that today, and I was just listening. But thank you.
You sound very, very shameless because look at United squad. If you guys not be United, it would have been a shame.
Sorry.
God save you people. God save you people that you guys won.
Well,
This podcast will now have got both of us. God save you people.
Anyway, thank you all for listening, and don't forget to share, subscribe, and listen to the podcast on whatever platform it is. Keep listening, and then we'll see you guys after the international break. Thank you.
Yeah, shout out to everyone. We've been having good feedback. People have saying they're enjoying our podcast. So let's keep the pace. They're the ones that are motivating us.
And once again,
hopefully,
thank you, Olu, for joining. Sorry.
Yeah, Olu,
Thank you,
thanks for
guys.
joining. Yeah, thank you for joining. All right,
All right, guys.
peace.
Peace.
All right, bye.
Bye.